Hello, everybody. Today I'm with Asha Varghese, who's president of the CAT Foundation. Asha, can you give us a little bit of your background and how you came to join CAT?
Sure. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate the opportunity to be in this quarter's Beyond the Number. I've been with CAT for a little over a year and a half, joined as the president of the Caterpillar Foundation, and we're the philanthropic arm of the company, but really excited to be looking at the corporate social responsibility component of Caterpillar and our commitment to building resilient communities.
Great. In 2020, since the beginning of the year, this has been a really busy time for you at CAT Foundation. Obviously, with all the things that are going on in the world, starting with bushfires in Australia, to the pandemic, to the issues around social justice in the US. There's been a lot going on. Perhaps you can just let our viewers know some of the activities the foundation's been involved in.
Sure, and you're right. These truly have been unprecedented times for us. And although our mission is really focused around building resilient communities, but global disasters is a part of the work that we do. So unfortunately for us this year, we kicked off the year with Australian bushfire, where the foundation gave $250,000 to the Australian Red Cross, and our employees contributed to the matching gifts. And soon after that, we saw the outbreak of COVID-19 in China, where we supported the China Women's Development Fund, or foundation, in order to provide critical medical supplies and support to healthcare facilities. And what came after that is a global pandemic, and which we're in today. And we quickly had to respond to that as well in looking at a global response. And we provided $10 million to various organizations across the globe. And our employees, in a true Caterpillar fashion, or both our employees and retirees, also responded to our foundation's 2-to-1 matching program. And with that, we were able to support over 500 nonprofits across 43 states in the US, and all supporting various organizations, from food banks to healthcare facilities to educational organizations. And most recently, we announced $1 million donation split equally between the Equal Justice Initiative and NAACP Legal Defense Fund to help fight racism and social injustice. In addition, as Caterpillar, we're committing to continuing to invest in community programs that address the devastating effects of racism and the fight for equal justice. So those are some of the work that we've been keeping us busy from the beginning of this year, and really responding to some of the issues we're seeing across the globe. But to that end, Andrew, we know investors are increasingly more interested in companies' ESG efforts, including their philanthropic giving. So can you talk a bit more about why that is and how our investments are being received by investors?
ESG investing has become increasingly important in recent years. In Europe, it's been important for many, many years, and has been a big focus for investors. As we've seen the rise of more what we call index funds in the US, these are funds like BlackRock, Vanguard, and State Street, which are tracking indices. They need to differentiate themselves in some ways, and often they'll have ESG-related funds, which they talk about how they are making sure that companies are responding to people's concerns around the environment, sustainability, and governance as part of their investment thesis. And that means they become more active, whether it be our employees, our customers, our dealers in the case of CAT. But we do need to make sure we're representative of that society. And ESG investments are reflecting that back to us, that the need for us to actually go out into the broader society and reflect some of the good work we're doing. And CAT Foundation is a key part of that, because obviously it does reflect part of our corporate philosophy and our corporate values as we move out. Obviously, I am incredibly proud to work for a company like Caterpillar. Great company, great brands, great products, great people, great dealers. Obviously, can you, share some of the examples of some of the great investments you've been doing as part of the CAT Foundation in these recent months?
Sure. I couldn't agree with you more on the Caterpillar commitment. As part of our COVID-19 response, we partnered with the facilities across the globe in order to support the local nonprofits in order to create a bigger impact. And many examples, but a couple that I wanted to highlight. One in Houston, an organization named Baker Ripley that really leveraged digital fabrication in order to produce face masks, so protective gear for healthcare facilities. They're also collaborating with local universities and schools in order to teach students the whole process of advanced manufacturing and maker labs. So it really helps boost that diverse pipeline that we're looking in the workforce development. And across the globe in Indonesia, our partners at Hope Worldwide focused on providing 1,200 personal protective gear for healthcare facilities and workers, as well as for 1,200 families that are vulnerable and needed support, both educational as well as in providing them with support during those really hard times. I could go on about a lot of the examples that we have, but I know we're running out of time. But so I would recommend our audience to really look at our website and stay tuned for more updates on the impact that we're making across the globe.
It's been great talking to you, and it's great examples of really putting the company's ethos into action. Obviously, building a better world is what you help to do through the CARE Foundation. Thank you very much for your time today, and appreciate all your efforts. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you so much.